Next, what I do is I take a 1/2-inch drill and drill it through one of the end caps there, pretty close to the top and about center. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can see that there's a little bit of a lip on there. You can take a razor blade knife, box knife, whatever you're going to call it, and just smooth around the edge there, and it'll take it right out. Wish I could kind of show you here. I'll try it. See? It'll clean that edge right up. You can take a 1/2-inch male to a slip fitting, and you put a hose washer on it right here. This is yellow vinyl. You can do rubber, but I found that rubber tends to split. Now you can put it on the inside or the outside of the cap here, or on the inside. I try to put it on the inside, but most of the time they don't come with this. This must be a new addition, this little lip here, so I had to take the razor blade and cut that down a little bit so it would fit flush. If you put it on the outside, you run the risk of the sun wearing on it after a while and potential leaks, but I put it on the inside. And then from here, I add this 1/2-inch slip. It's threaded on one side and slip on the other, and I screw it onto this and then tighten it down. That way I've got a seal and a drain. Now I take these little self-starting screws, they screw right into plastic, and I put one on each side very close to the top. And what that does is that keeps this cap from being knocked off. Now it has a self-sealing rubber piece that goes in here, but I've seen over time that those things will start to leak, and even sometimes they leak from the very beginning. Now you can see here the drain goes down into here, and what that does is it's off the bottom here, so any material that sinks to the bottom, that won't go up into the drain because the weight has sunk it to the bottom, and any stuff that floats on top of the water won't go in. It's kind of like what they do with septic systems. So these things can leak from time to time, and that's why I silicone all the way around the edge. Doesn't have to be pretty. And then each screw head on both sides. And that just makes sure the things do not leak at all. Take the Dow styrofoam sheeting, which I believe is 1/2-inch. Yep, 1/2-inch. And mark 4 inches from the edge and draw a line all the way down and cut it. When you cut the cap here, you have to leave enough to go over the end. So don't make it even with the end of the 2x4. Go to the end to cover the cap. See there? By the way, while I'm here, I'll tell you, drill a hole in there, because if it gets too full and it starts draining, a suction will form and it'll completely drain out. So you just put a little hole at the top of it there, and it'll release the air and it won't suction and drain out completely. The foam board is 8 foot long, so you'll have to cut a piece an extra 2 foot. And to get 10 strawberry towers in each on this platform, you have to start 6 inches from the end and go every foot after, all the way down. I'm going to show you this. This is resting on top of the gutter lip, and if sometimes it's hard to cut this really tight. I cut it pretty tight, so that's good. But if you don't cut it tight, you can take little pieces of, let me see, get this in the camera, there you go. Little pieces of the styrofoam, cut it with a razor blade, and just stuff them down either side, and they'll pull it away from the edge, and the cutout can sit on top of it like that. That's pretty tight. Once you mark the 4.5-inch width every foot, you take a drill bit. This has got a hole saw on it that is 2 3/4 or 2 7/8. I think it's 2 7/8. But anyway, this board is so, foam board is so pliable and easy. You can just poke it through and then start it backwards and then go in slowly like that, and it'll make a pretty clean cut. But you want it to go backwards cutting. If If you go forwards, it'll kind of rip it a little bit, and it may jerk you off to the side. Quick progression on the buckets. You take these sucralose buckets, this is what I use. You can use anything really. And I cut the lid off at the lip here. And then after I do that, I need 10 of them for this strawberry tower. I drill a hole in it using a 2 7/8 inch hole saw. And you start it off frontwards just to set the drill bit in, and then right after it sets you turn around reverse and you drill the hole in reverse or counterclockwise like that. Once you do that, you cover it in tin foil, and you can see this is the lip where I overlapped it here, and you wrap it and you put a 3-inch neck cup in there. And when you do that, after that you add your potting mix. In this case I use aged composted rice hulls, which work really good for me, but anything will do. And then I set it up on top of the flan platform, and I'm going to do 10 of them all the way across the top. And what that essentially is going to be is the same thing as this one, only a lot taller. And I will show you why in just a little bit.